In the hills of the Cévennes, in the south of France, ordinary Huguenots, peasants and shepherds, persisted against all odds in their Calvinist faith. They fought a desperate guerrilla war against the king's troops. In one terrible autumn, nearly 500 of their villages were burnt, but the people resisted every persecution. After thousands of Huguenots had fled overseas, in particular to America, the king was determined to convert by force those who remained in France.
So it would appear we are being massacred for praying to God, as if that were an evil thing, to serve God according to the purity of his Gospels. His Majesty will allow us to say that if we are not granted our request to leave the kingdom or to assemble freely in the desert, then we will suffer any outrage that it should please His Majesty to attempt on us, rather than give up our faith.
The Huguenots called this part of France the desert, because here they would resist to the end, just as Jesus, in the desert, had resisted the devil. Nothing would terrorize these peasants back into the Catholic fold. Today, many villages in this area have no Catholic church, but in the days of persecution, the Huguenots had to practice a hidden faith. Their houses had secret places where a minister could hide when the king's dragoons came. The cellars of the houses were linked, so the man might emerge to safety as much as half a mile away. The cup for the communion wine would be formed of separate pieces, to be screwed together for a service in the open air. This is designed to look like a large grain barrel, but add the other parts which it contains, and it becomes a handsome pulpit, something to give dignity and weight to a sermon preached in the woods. Many early accounts tell of the rare excitement, the sense of special occasion at those forbidden gatherings.
My aunt and uncle never missed the secret services which were held near our village, and I had pleaded for some time to be allowed to accompany them. I so fervently wished to see a minister. This they permitted. We left between 9 and 10 of the evening in winter, and we walked across the heather. Occasionally we did espy the lookouts who would point the way for us. After much walking, we arrived at the foot of a mountain. There, amidst the trees, there was a small opening. We entered and came upon a wooded clearing where, to my surprise, there were already gathered a goodly number of people.
In the Cévennes, Huguenots still celebrate from time to time an open-air service, in memory of those dangerous days when their ancestors held true to their Calvinist faith.
Often, on a Sunday, I did see on the tops of the hills lookouts who were there to warn the people gathered in secret assembly. Should they see any Catholic soldiers arriving, they could give the warning that the people would be able to disperse.
Vendredi, à Malabuis, un de mes catéchumènes m'a dit: « Et c'est qui en le suivra ?